What's up, guys? Deluxe menu here. I'm gonna be louder today and more vocal to let y'all know about this build. Everyone says my videos are usually me being too quiet, so I'm gonna speak louder and make sure everybody can hear me and understand me. Okay? So this build I'm gonna go over with y'all. I call it Space Marine Moze. Why? Because we're using the amazing Moonfire. I thought I was about to call it Moonshot. But yeah, the Moonfire. It's good. Got buffed. Uh, the buff had a secret buff, so the Moonfire now shoots amp shots at 200% strength rather than 125. So that's really good. Now, the main weapon we're going to use is this Moonfire, right? It's definitely requires some skill because you're going to really need to be focusing on those crit shots, right? And we're actually not going to be using the blue tree with Vampire, and we're using a Bloodletter. What? That's crazy. I know, but let me start off with the weapons, alright? So, first off, we got the Moonfire. I got a Cryo one. I'd prefer a Corrosive one with the same anointment, or even a Radiation one. Probably a Radiation one, right? But then again, I'd probably be super suffering against shield. So with this cryo or a corrosive slash cryo, whatever, with the fire anointment, you're gonna do really well against armor and health, no problem. Shield, you're gonna be a little weak, but thankfully most things that have shield, at least mob wise, it's very little, very little shield compared to like health ratio and armor ratio. All right. We have this here just because maybe we'll use it, maybe we won't. Can't go wrong with the consecutive hit redistributor. I got this Thunderball Fist for that shock stuff, especially if they have a lot of shock health. Say maybe Wotan or something like that. Yeah, something like that. We have also this Itchy Scourge, pretty good for mobbing. I got the Splash Anointment one. It's the one you want, right? Nothing but splash damage here. Fire one works well too, Now with the shields, you get actually quite a bit of shields to play around. So I guess I have to start off with the shields I use are either a recharger. There's only two shields that I really use actually, so it's not that much playing around. But you have the recharger and you have the big boom blaster. Now with the anointments, you can either have an ASE if you feel like you want some more damage, or you can have a big boom blaster. Now with the big boom blaster, I usually kind of prefer the 75% shields and health for 25 seconds one. But sometimes I'm feeling cocky. I want to regen grenades and get to use this radiation one. But also the transformer works just as well. I have, well, what? Let's go back with the grenade. Any ASE as well can work. I also have this maddening tracker for when I use the big boom blaster. But since we're regenerating grenades not through splash but through the big boom blaster, it gives you options of using strong grenades, way stronger grenades with the weapon damage and grenade damage one. And doing that, you can just like have so much extra element stuff. Like if I had, say, a shocking hex with the throw one, I'd probably use that instead to get rid of those shields, and my shield problem will be eliminated. See what I'm saying? But yeah, these are for when I use the big boom blaster. They're really good. In fact, I might just go ahead and use the big boom blaster version now. Lots of cryo going on. Lots of cryo. For relics, you have so many choices, honestly. I would suggest damage increasing ones. Now, I wouldn't use a deathless because of our skill tree, which is I'm gonna go over in a second. But you have the Pearl of Infallible Knowledge. You could use the Lunacy if you want, so you still have a little bit of health for rechargers. Pretty much use a Deathless if you're going to use a Big Boom Blaster. don't use a Deathless if you're going to use a recharger shield, alright? You do not, and I repeat, do not want to use a Deathless if you're using recharger, because there is literally no point for that. But if you are using a Deathless, you can also use between a Big Boom Blaster and Old Gods, which are like kind of like one of the best shields, or of course the Transformer. But anyway, yeah, I'm using a Pearl with mag size and fire rate. I also switch between a Pearl with mag size reload speed. Sometimes reload speed is better. This Pearl is still one of Moze's best ones. Now with skill tree, here's what I'm talking about, why you switch between a recharger or not. So these are pretty standard skills. Armored Infantry, Flat Off Ingenuity, Red Line, we got it maxed out. Drowning in Brass, Full Cannon Whoop Ass, Experimental Munitions, Behind the Curve. You just maxed out like every good skill in this bitch, right? Phalanx Doctrine, except this skill. This skill's useless. I hope they change it because it's completely useless. Tenacious Defense. Now, this is why you switch between a Recharger, Big Boom Blaster, and Deathless, whatever, because of your Thin Red Line. Also, you switch between what your blood letter, your best blood letter is. If your best blood letter has 2 points in it, right, instead of just 1 or none. Yeah, if it has 2 points and you max it out, you're going to have 100%. You can always change the amount of Thin Red Line you put in, but that's just me. But yeah, you're going to need at least some health, you know, and 20% is actually enough to trigger the recharger, despite people saying, oh, you need health gate. 20% is usually enough, unless you're standing in some massive major fuck damage. So yeah, there's that. Here we are with Cloud of Lead. This is going to be a red and green tree. Only thing you put in blue tree is for Grizzled, so you can get your cooldown up at least every, 25 seconds, or even, quicker, depending on how fast you kill stuff, right? Anyway. Green tree, pretty standard. Cloud of Lead, Stoke the Embers, Retribution 1, blah, 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 right? Just take a picture. This is my Guardian ranks. I got all my skills. Some of them are pretty required for this build, like the cooldown one and the shield reboot one. This hollow point is going to be amazing, actually. This is one of the few times where a hollow point really comes through with the Moonfire. Because when enemies are close together and you're one-shotting with the Moonfire, they kill chain big time. Anyway. Yep, let's go ahead and get this build show on the road. Neutral modifiers pretty much. I mean, there's the cooldown one, but it's not going to be that big of a deal. And again. We're on Mayhem 4, by the way. Like I said, sometimes you'll go down on this, but going down isn't the end of the world. I think this Moonfire is good for mobbing, not for bossing though. Not for bossing at all, because the good thing about this is the overkill damage. If there's nothing to overkill constantly, then, you don't use it. I would suggest different weapons, though. Many weapons work with this. I just have pistol set, so... where are you at? Honestly, you can even use a Maggie. Look at that. That fucking crit kill ended him. Alright, let's get back in. I don't know how long it's been, but yeah, it's been long enough to where I need to get back in because it went down. Look at this. Wow. This is just really shooting. Yeah, I definitely call this Space Marine moze just because, or Space Cowboy, We'll find out if it's Space Cowboy or Space Marine at the end of the video, right? Boom. Look at that. Ooh! Killed 2 of them. Let's go, baby. See, the reason why sometimes I don't even use a Big Boom Blaster with the with the health and shield augment is because the simple fact that sometimes I just, don't even feel like getting back in, Look at that. I got 8 grenades to spare. Let's just, Let's
see what you got, badass.
Dead. Give me that crit, though. Oh, what the? One also crazy thing is if the amp shot sets the elemental damage, which is one of the big reasons why I want a corrosive one. But if the amp shot is the thing that triggers the elemental damage, the dots on this thing are nuts. Oh my gosh, where are you? There you go. Die, die, die. Okay. Alright, I didn't feel like aiming. Said aiming is very important for this. Look at that dot damage. 40k dot damage.
Let's get it over with.
Went from 0 to 5. It's like I already have that shield regen. I mean ammo regen skill, but I don't. Now this, I'm not trying to say this is the best build, but it's super fun getting some of these crits, man. It's so fun. And in a group, it's still good too. You know, in a group, it could even be a little bit better. The simple fact that you're not going to be targeted as much. I'm already at max grenades. Yeah, that's why I want a shock one. Oh, okay. Aiming is very important. I usually actually kind of just quick shot aim. Staying there for like a little tiny baby bit, just get that shield regen bonus. And yeah. Now remember, your tenacious defense activates whenever your shield recharges. So if you can pick up enough things on the ground from the shield, you can, you know, make sure your tenacious defense activates all the time. But anyway, just want to show this build. I got quiet again. Man, I suck. Anyway, y'all have a good one.